Beyond the famous postcards, oh, Europe. Just saying the word makes me smile. I bet it does for you too. We all dream of those iconic sights, don't we? The Eiffel Tower twinkling at night, the canals of Venice, the ancient Colosseum in Rome. Those places are famous for a reason. They are truly wonderful. But let me tell you a little secret I've learned from all my travels. There's a whole other Europe out there, just waiting to be discovered. It's a Europe away from the biggest crowds. A place where you can really connect with the local heart of a destination. It's full of surprises, I promise. I'm talking about the hidden gems, those charming little towns, stunning natural landscapes, and unique cultural spots that don't always make the front page of the travel brochures. Finding these places feels like uncovering a special treasure. It's like you've been let in on a wonderful secret. The adventure of getting there, the friendly faces you meet, the unexpected beauty. It's a different kind of travel magic. It stays with you long after you've returned home. It's about experiencing something truly authentic, something that feels a little bit more like your own special discovery. In this journey we're about to take together, I want to share some of my favorite lesser-known spots with you. We'll wander through breathtaking valleys, explore historic villages that seem frozen in time, and maybe even taste some delicious local treats along the way. I want to show you that sometimes the most memorable travel experiences happen when you take that little detour, when you follow that quiet country road, or when you simply say yes to an unexpected invitation from a local. It's about embracing the spirit of adventure, isn't it? So get ready to pack your curiosity. We're going to explore a side of Europe that will capture your heart and spark your wanderlust. I believe travel is all about connection, connecting with new places, new cultures, new friends. And these hidden gems offer some of the best opportunities for that. They are places where you can slow down, breathe deep, and truly soak in the beauty of the world around you. Let's go find some amazing places to love, far from the usual tourist trails. Are you excited? I know I am. Our first hidden gem takes us to the stunning country of Slovenia. Many people know about Lake Bled with its fairy tale island and castle. It's absolutely beautiful, no doubt, but just a short drive away, nestled in the Julian Alps, is Lake Bohinj. Oh, this place. It's Bled's quieter, more rugged cousin, and it has a wild, untouched beauty that truly captivates your soul. Imagine a vast, crystal-clear lake reflecting majestic mountain peaks all around. It's larger than Lake Bled, and it feels so much more peaceful and serene. The area around Lake Bohinj is part of Triglav National Park, Slovenia's only national park. This means it's incredibly well preserved. You can spend your days hiking through lush green forests, discovering hidden waterfalls like the Savica waterfall, which is just stunning. Or you can simply rent a kayak or a paddleboard and glide across the calm turquoise waters of the lake. I remember dipping my toes in the water. It was so refreshingly cool. The air is clean, the scenery is breathtaking, and the sense of tranquility is just what you need to recharge your batteries. What I love most about Bohinj is its authentic local feel. You'll find charming alpine villages dotted around the lake like Ribčev Laz and Stara Fuzina. Here life moves at a slower pace. You can see traditional hayraks called kozolci, which are unique to Slovenia, and chat with friendly locals who are often tending their gardens or walking their dogs. It's a place where you can really experience Slovenian culture without the hustle and bustle. It feels like you've stepped back into a simpler, more connected way of life. And the food. Oh, you must try the local cheeses and dairy products here. The cows graze on alpine pastures, and you can taste that freshness in the milk, yogurt, and especially the Mohant cheese, a strong, tangy local specialty. I remember sitting by the lake, enjoying a simple picnic with local bread and cheese. It was one of those perfect travel moments. Lake Bohinj isn't just a place to see, it's a place to feel, to experience, and to truly connect with nature and the gentle rhythm of Slovenian life. It's a real gem. Next, let's journey to the beautiful silver coast of Portugal, or Costa da Prata. This stretch of coastline runs north of Lisbon and is often overlooked by travellers heading straight for the Algarve. But let me tell you, the Silver Coast is packed with charm, history, and some seriously stunning beaches. It's a place where you can find dramatic cliffs, golden sands, and picturesque fishing villages, all without the huge crowds. It's a different kind of coastal magic, a bit wilder and more authentic, I think. One famous spot here is Nazar, known worldwide for its gigantic waves that attract daredevil surfers. Seeing those massive walls of water is truly awe-inspiring, especially in the winter months. But Nazar is more than just big waves. The town itself is a traditional fishing village with a wonderful local market. You can see the fisherwomen in their traditional seven skirts, mending nets or selling fresh fish. I loved walking along the promenade, watching the colourful fishing boats bobbing in the harbour and just soaking up the vibrant atmosphere. Then there's Abydos, a medieval walled town that feels like it's straight out of a storybook. You can walk along the ancient castle walls, wander through narrow cobblestone streets lined with whitewashed houses adorned with bright flowers, and pop into tiny artisan shops. And you absolutely must try ginjinha, a sweet cherry liqueur often served in a chocolate cup. I had one, okay, maybe two, and it was delicious. Abydos is incredibly romantic and offers a real glimpse into Portugal's rich past. It's a place where history feels alive. But the real beauty of the Silver Coast, for me, lies in its less famous spots. Towns like Peniche, with its impressive fortress, and beautiful Berlenga Islands Nature Reserve just offshore, or Foz do Arelho, where the Abydos Lagoon meets the Atlantic Ocean, creating a unique and stunning landscape. You can find quiet beaches for long walks, enjoy fantastic fresh seafood at local restaurants, and meet some of the friendliest people. The Silver Coast is a treasure trove for explorers looking for authentic Portuguese culture and breathtaking coastal scenery. It really sparkles. Now let's venture east to a truly unique corner of Europe Maramureş in northern Romania. This region is like stepping into a living museum. It's a place where ancient traditions are still a vibrant part of daily life, and the landscapes are dotted with incredible wooden architecture. If you're looking for an experience that feels a world away from modern cities, Maramureş is it. It's a journey back in time in the most wonderful way. I was so touched by the simplicity and beauty I found there. The first thing that will strike you in Maramureş is the incredible wooden churches. These aren't just old buildings. They are masterpieces of folk art with tall, slender spires and intricate carvings. 8 of them are UNESCO World Heritage Sites. I visited several, and each one had its own story, its own soul. The smell of old wood, the faded frescoes inside, the peaceful atmosphere, it's deeply moving. These churches were built by communities with immense faith and skill, and they stand as a testament to their enduring spirit. But it's not just the churches. Entire villages in Maramureş seem to preserve a way of life that has vanished elsewhere in Europe. You'll see people working the land with horses and hand tools, women in traditional embroidered blouses, magnificent carved wooden gates at the entrance to almost every home. These gates are incredible, each one unique, telling a story about the family who lives there. I remember being invited into a local home for a glass of Horinka, the strong local plum brandy. The hospitality was so warm and genuine. And then there's the Sapanta Mary Cemetery, which sounds like a contradiction, but it's one of the most unique and fascinating places I've ever visited. Instead of somber tombstones, the graves are marked with brightly coloured wooden crosses, painted with scenes from the person's life and accompanied by witty, poetic epitaphs. It's a celebration of life, not a mourning of death. It reflects the Dacian belief that death is just a passage to a better existence. Maramureş is a place that touches your heart with its authenticity, its resilient culture, and the kindness of its people. Section 5, a taste of the real Europe, delicious local bites. One of the best ways to connect with a new place is through its food, don't you think? And when you venture into Europe's hidden gems, you discover a whole world of flavors that you won't find in the tourist traps. These are the dishes made with love, using local ingredients and recipes passed down through generations. In Slovenia's Bohinj region, for example, beyond the wonderful cheeses, you might find Ajdovi zganci, a hearty buckwheat spoon bread, often served with cracklings or milk. It's simple, rustic, and so satisfying after a day of hiking in the mountains. Then, thinking about Portugal's Silver Coast, my mouth waters for the seafood. Imagine sitting in a small family-run restaurant overlooking the ocean, enjoying a cataplana de marisco. This is a delicious seafood stew cooked in a special copper pan filled with clams, shrimp, fish and chorizo, all simmered in a fragrant tomato and herb broth. I had one in Nazaré and it was just bursting with the fresh taste of the sea. And don't forget the wonderful Portuguese pastries like pastéis de nata. Even if they are famous, finding a local bakery that makes them perfectly is a real treat. In Romania's Maramureş, the food is hearty and comforting, perfect for the rural lifestyle. A staple dish is mamaliga, a type of polenta, which is served with almost everything: cheese, sour cream, stews, and you absolutely must try sarmale, which are cabbage rolls stuffed with minced meat and rice, slow cooked in a tomato sauce. I remember being taught how to roll them by a lovely local woman in her kitchen. The aroma filling the house was just incredible. It's food that tells a story of the land and the people. Discovering these local specialties is like finding another hidden treasure. It's not just about eating, it's about the experience. It's about chatting with the baker about his bread, learning the secret ingredient from a local cook, or simply enjoying a meal made with pride and tradition. These culinary adventures add so much richness to your travels. They create memories that linger long after the taste is gone. So when you explore these off-the-beaten-path places, be sure to ask locals for their recommendations. You might just discover your new favorite dish. Section 6. Whispers from history, stories hidden in stone and soil. What I find so fascinating about Europe's hidden gems is that they are often steeped in incredible history, stories that aren't always told in the main guidebooks. These places have a past that's woven into the very fabric of their being, from ancient stones to local legends. In the Bohinj area of Slovenia, for instance, beyond its natural beauty, you can find traces of ironworking traditions that date back centuries. There are also poignant reminders of World War I, as the Isonzo front was not far from here, and the mountains witnessed fierce battles. On Portugal's Silver Coast, the town of Óbidos is a living history book. Its impressive walls have stood for centuries, encircling a town that was traditionally gifted to Portuguese queens. Imagine the royal processions, the medieval markets, the knights and ladies who once walked these very cobblestones. The castle itself has Roman origins. Every narrow street and whitewashed house seems to whisper tales of a bygone era. Even the smaller fishing villages along the coast have long histories, with communities relying on the sea for generations, facing its dangers and reaping its rewards. In Maramureş, Romania, the history is deeply connected to the resilience of its people and their unique culture. This region has managed to preserve its Dacian heritage and traditions through centuries of change and various ruling powers. The wooden churches themselves are historical documents reflecting architectural styles and religious practices that have endured. The intricate carvings on the wooden gates often include symbols that have ancient meanings, protecting the home and its inhabitants. It's a testament to a culture that has held fast to its identity. Exploring these places feels like being an archaeologist of stories. You might stumble upon an old ruin, a forgotten plaque, or hear a local tale that opens up a whole new understanding of the area. It's a reminder that history isn't just in museums, it's all around us, especially in these spots that have been less touched by modern development. These whispers from the past add such a deep layer of richness to your travels, connecting you to the generations who lived and loved in these very places long before you arrived. It's truly captivating. Section 7, my own souvenirs, special moments off the map. You know, the best souvenirs aren't always things you can buy in a shop. For me, the most precious takeaways from my travels are the special moments, those unexpected encounters and personal discoveries that happen when you wander a little off the beaten path. I remember one afternoon in a tiny village near Lake Bohinj in Slovenia. I got a bit lost on a walking trail and ended up in someone's beautiful garden. Instead of being annoyed, the elderly lady who owned it offered me a glass of homemade elderflower cordial. We didn't speak much of the same language, but her kindness was universal. Then there was this evening in a small fishing town on Portugal's Silver Coast, not far from Peniche. I was watching the fishermen bring in their catch, and one of them, an old man with a wonderfully weathered face, started telling me stories about his life at sea. He spoke in Portuguese and I understood only a little, but his gestures and the passion in his voice told me everything. He even showed me a picture of his grandchildren. It was a simple, human connection that I wouldn't have found in a crowded tourist resort. Those are the moments that truly stick with you. In Maramureş, Romania, I recall visiting a family who still practiced traditional weaving. The grandmother, with her nimble fingers, was working at a loom that looked ancient but was clearly still very functional. She showed me the intricate patterns and explained, with her granddaughter translating, the meaning behind the colors and symbols. She let me try my hand at it, and of course I was terrible. But we all laughed, and it was such a warm, genuine experience of sharing a piece of her culture. It felt like a real privilege to witness that tradition firsthand. These are the kinds of souvenirs that fill my heart. They are the smiles exchanged, the unexpected conversations, the small acts of kindness, the moments of shared humanity. They happen when you slow down, when you're open to connection, and when you venture into those places where life unfolds at its own pace. These hidden gems of Europe are full of such opportunities. They remind you that travel is not just about seeing new sights, but about experiencing the world and its people in a deeper, more meaningful way. These memories are truly priceless. Section 8. The sweet surprise of slow travel. Why hidden gems win. There's a real beauty to taking things slow when you travel, especially when you're exploring these hidden gems. In our fast-paced world, the idea of slow travel can feel like a luxury, but it's actually so rewarding. It's about choosing depth over breadth, quality over quantity. Instead of rushing to see 5 cities in 5 days, imagine spending those 5 days truly getting to know one small region, one quiet corner of Europe. You get to unpack your bag, settle in and really absorb the atmosphere of a place. Choosing these lesser-known destinations often means you escape the pressures of over-tourism. You're not fighting for a photo opportunity or waiting in long lines. Instead, you might find yourself the only visitor at a charming local museum or enjoying a peaceful walk along a stunning coastline with just the sound of the waves for company. This allows for a more relaxed and authentic experience. You have the time and space to really see, hear, and feel what's around you. It's a much more mindful way to travel, and I find it incredibly refreshing. When you travel slowly in these hidden gems, you also have a wonderful opportunity to support local communities more directly. Your money is more likely to go to small family-owned businesses, the local guest house, the village bakery, the artisan craft shop. This helps to sustain these unique places and their traditional ways of life. It feels good to know that your visit is making a positive impact, however small. You become less of a tourist and more of a temporary local, contributing to the place you're enjoying. And perhaps most importantly, slow travel in these special spots gives you the chance to connect with yourself, with your travel companions, and with the local culture on a much deeper level. You have time for spontaneous conversations, for unexpected detours, for simply sitting in a cafe and watching the world go by. These are the moments where the real magic of travel happens. It's in these quiet, unhurried experiences that you often learn the most. Not just about the place, but about yourself too. It's a truly enriching way to see the world. Section 9, your turn to explore Go Find Your European Magic. So, we've wandered together through some of Europe's beautiful, lesser-known corners. We've peeked into the emerald heart of Slovenia at Lake Bohinj, felt the salty spray of Portugal's Silver Coast, and touched the timeless traditions of Maramurex in Romania. I hope sharing these places has sparked a little bit of that wonderful travel bug in you. Because believe me, there are so many more hidden gems out there just waiting for you to discover them. Each one has its own unique story, its own special charm. The truth is, you don't always need a detailed itinerary or a famous landmark to have an incredible European adventure. Sometimes the best trips are the ones where you allow yourself to get a little lost, to follow your curiosity down a winding country lane, or to say yes to an invitation from a friendly locale. It's about being open to the unexpected. These hidden places offer a chance to step away from the familiar and experience something truly authentic, something that resonates with you personally and creates lasting memories. My biggest piece of advice, do a little research, of course, but also leave room for spontaneity. Talk to people you meet along the way, fellow travelers, guest house owners, shopkeepers. They often have the best tips for finding those truly special, ungoogleable spots. And don't be afraid to venture beyond the capital cities or the most popular regions. Often, just a short journey away, you'll find a completely different world, one that's quieter, more intimate, and incredibly rewarding. Europe is a continent of incredible diversity, rich history, and warm hospitality. And its hidden gems are where you can often find the purest expressions of these qualities. So I encourage you, I invite you to go out and find your own European magic. Whether it's a tiny village in the mountains, a secluded beach, or a vibrant local festival you stumble upon by chance, The adventure is yours to create. Pack your bags, open your heart, and get ready to fall in love with the Europe that lies just off the beaten path. Happy travels!